Let's see what we're going to sketch today. All right. Here we go. Start with a random circle. Just random set. I've been randomly sketching with red pen lately, a red pencil, mainly because it was just what was right here in my front of me, and just playing around with it. I usually sketch in pen, but we'll see how we go here. Let's make this a bit funkier though. What about the eyes on a tongue? It's pretty random. Asya, I don't know what I'm drawing. Right now I started drawing an eye, then I put a tongue on it. What do you think I should draw? You got an idea? And I'm gonna do and then I might give you a little bit of a tooth. Give you some big teeth down here, a little wonky. Turn it into a monster or something. Okay, let's try for that. And we'll give you a little dangly thing at the back. What sort of monster do you reckon we go for? So if we got this, and do we need a little backstory of why it needs an eye on the tongue? It's got to see what it's going to eat. Maybe it doesn't have an eye on the head. Maybe it is. Maybe it's got all these like sensors on here. All these bumps. And it's almost like the taste buds. So it can taste the world around it, but it can't see because it needs to protect its eye from predators. It seems pretty silly, but here we are. As you see, this is a really thick pencil. What I usually draw, just sort of see, I've been like drawing in red pencil a whole bunch. But then I usually like sketch in pen. Let's get this back down. make this a bit darker because that's real far back, and then we'll go like this. Just give a little shade back here so we know that's deeper. Thanks, Rebecca. All right, so what we're gonna do, and thank you, is it Baited Guy? Oh, Bad Edit Guy, all right, and Delilah's Daily, thanks. Hi, how you guys? Now, we'll do this, bring you down, give you a lip down here, bring the shading to here, but what we'll do, give a little 3-dimension because it gets closer to here. With all these sensors on the top here, and then maybe bring this down. Oh, no worries. Bad edit, dude. Bad edit guy. Glad that. Cheers, mate. What would you like to see there, Bad edit guy? We don't have to keep drawing this monster. This is just me playing around. If you guys have got something else that'd be fun to draw. All right. Let's give this, we'll go sort of around here. But I think I might want to make it easier on myself, I'll give him really short feet, but big toes. And then big toes. Spider legs somewhere. Rebecca, I'm drawing, like, I just randomly sketch and draw ideas and in my sketchbook. And so I started drawing an eye, and I thought the eye was too boring. So I put instead of putting it on a face, I put it on a tongue. And then I was like, well, what about it? Then I sort of made this like idea of this monster that all its sensors are on the outside, like as if it's got echolocation or like little vibrations come off these, and it sort of can tell wherever it is. And then I was going to draw this. I'll get the spider legs. What? Thank you very much. What's something we could do with the spider legs, though? Is anyone scared of spiders? I have a couple of funny spider stories. Maybe I can play that in. So then I'd get this toe, bring this down. And what I'm doing is make this feel flat here. Just put a little shadow. So if you have a drawing and you're like, hey, why does this feel like it's floating? It's usually this shadow right here. Do some gills on this one. Let's see how we go. What we might do, I'll just add some texture down here, just so these don't feel like they're just stuck on. We'll go, there's these little feet. We'll give them a little ankle piece. And then I'm gonna give him a short hand. But this is gonna be in a fist. So we're gonna go like this. thing with these pencils is they run out real quickly, but they're a pain. See, it pops out so much. I have to. So let's do this. All right. So if I was going to add gills, I could probably go, I would have done it earlier, so I would have done it up here like this. Like that. Maybe this would come around here more. And we'll give him a little elbow so we know that the bend's there. And this goes here. Well, I think if we gave it too many little things, it starts getting a bit chaotic. So let's say that, what's something wild it could be holding? That sort of almost makes it feel like out of place a little bit.
Hazel. 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 Are you almost done?
How long have I been drawing for? Well, I've been drawing as long as I can remember, and I remember when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. I'm that old. And classic dad jokes, so a very long time. And I love drawing, so even if I wasn't live here with you guys, I'd either be drawing or doing something creative anyway. An eyeball in his hand. That's like that. Oh, there's this TV show called Are Real Monsters, and they had that. Let's. All right, I actually kind of like this. This might end up being for a different idea. I'm just gonna do this. All right, let's go to a page where I can just go bananas, and let's get all our wild ideas out. So we had spider legs, dinosaur hands. So let's start with a circle, just to like do this. And if we got spider legs, we need to do 8. And then I'll bring that in. Do a nailed bat with bones. Man, this is a bit dark for my stuff. Come on out. There we go. Okay, so we get this. Let's see how. Okay, so then if we have that side, gotta have this side. Okay. So if we had, what about if this came off here? make the body an eyeball. I could do that. I was thinking about going up here and then giving it like almost like a centaur type thing, like a spider centaur, and then giving it little. I don't think this idea is going to work. That would actually go more like that. Luckily, oh God, it would not go like that. Okay. What do you call that as a new species? Maybe this is what Spider-Man would actually look like. Instead of being like super cool, it was super awkward looking. Like half spider, half man. I don't know. What do we want? We had little dinosaur hands. Imagine if we had... Sorry, I forgot to talk. I was thinking. Imagine if we had like a little dinosaur here, but then we go shading. Let's give it a little belly button. Put some pants on it. Maybe they're just underpants. But maybe when a dinosaur has to brush its teeth, it has to put a toothbrush nailed to a tree. And then it has its mouth wide open. That didn't work out as well as I thought it would in my head. A pickle dinosaur. Is this a pen? No. A pickle dinosaur. Like a pickle Rick, but in dinosaur form. You can go like this. Let's get some big. A few bumps for the pickles. would have this big one stepping. So, pickle dinosaur with nowhere to go. Maybe this still has small arms. It almost like a Greek Medusa. Oh yeah, that's fun. All right, let's try that. So let's go. Might plan these out a little bit. So I'll treat these like tentacles. I know they're snakes, but that way we can be a bit more flexible in how we move them around. Oh, see you, Rebecca. Have a great day. Thank you so much for jumping in. That was epic. And thanks for chatting. So, give this a little eye. Would have been fun if Medusa had all snakes, but they're all different types of snakes. And depending on which snake you looked at, depends on how she messed with you. So this one. Cheers, Rebecca. All right, one sec. A little refreshment. All right, let's get this Medusa lady going. It'd be kind of fun if they were intertwined. Growing up in Australia, I have so many snake stories. So one time I was probably 7 or 8. And I was out back and I was going to go jump on the trampoline. But we had one of those trampolines that were like a rectangle with the springs, which I can't tell you how many times I crushed my nuts on that trampoline. But anyway, the trampoline was upside down. And I was like, oh man, what's it doing upside down? So then I went and I flipped the trampoline over. And what I discovered is what I'm drawing here. 2 snakes intertwined, trying to create baby snakes. Little dirty buggers. And there were 2 brown snakes. So brown snakes are pretty poisonous. This is my sketchbook, mate. This is like my pride and joy. I can get a different bit of paper and write your name on it. I don't care about that. But this is my like. I have like 30 of these. But these, if I was to run out of the house and all my family was safe, this would be the only thing that I care about. These things. All of these random sketches. Ideas, no ideas, random sketches. But anyway. I didn't think it'd ruin my book, but it'd just be like a, I don't know, a bit intimate. But anyway, so here we go. You know, I feel bad. Let me find something. There we go. We'll do this. An eyeball with a frog. Yeah, maybe. There we go. So let's just try, I'll get to the eyeball and frog. Let me just get a couple of these sort of finished so I can feel good about myself. So anyway, with the snakes, because they were mating and they were in a suburban area, we had to kill the snakes, which I'm not a big fan of. And we'd normally remove them, but we had to get rid of them. There was too many kids that lived round by, and it was back in a long time ago. So Spoon the silver fox, the Ian, yo do noodle. Okay. Huh? I wish it was boom noodle. That's delicious. Okay, so let's. Well, that would have been fun if we just decided to like keep wrapping that one in. Then we can just sort of like get ones that are sort of all coming out. Maybe her eyes are just glazed over. Say something funny. That's a bit on the spot there, mate. Crikey, is that another knife? That's not a knife, this is a knife. All right, we wanted a eyeball with frog legs. So how can we make that a little? So if I had an eyeball, had frog legs, could we make the frog legs jumping to make it a little bit more than just a frog sitting? And then, so this one will be all the way over here. So if you see when I'm sketching, I don't know if anyone in there's a sketcher or doodle illustrator as well. When I do this leg, I don't start that leg from the other side. I think about it from here. So I'll work this and go down here, then spread it out. And then sometimes it's just nice to hide that in the background. We'll go like this. It's a frog leg, and then we'll go like this. Put this eyeball. Like so. Color that in. I should have done this smaller so I didn't have to color in so much. Yeah, I love Crocodile Dundee movies. The first two. The other ones don't count. Then I get this. I'll just work the iris a little bit. That way, it really feels a bit more like an eye. And I don't know if there's anyone that cares about drawing here, about doing it. I usually do my like north, south, east, west, or my 12, 3, 6 o'clock, and then I work around and I sort of find the spots in between. That way, they're all meant going the direction they should be going. So what I might do is that, oh, told you these break. Can you draw a dinosaur egg with green goo? How about we do this? There was someone that wanted a kraken.
Hazel.
Okay. Yeah, those movies were so good. You should rewatch them. Some of it is a bit, you're like, oh dang, I can't believe they got away with that, but pretty fun. Okay, so imagine if we had an egg. And I'm just going to make it feel a little bit 3D like, just to show a little bit of the thickness of the egg. Then I'm going to build the tentacles out because it's going to combine our kraken and our then we could have these guys dripping with goo. Get that out for a second. So but the best thing when you're doing, like, I think like the kraken tentacles and stuff, you can get a lot of shape out of the actual suction caps and a lot of movement. You can stretch them, you can shorten them, you can shrink them. I wish I had none of those pens around. It's starting to wear thin on me. Yeah, I think times have changed for good as well, but there's definitely things where you're like, ah, man, that was good in the moment. Add some tentacles, and then make sure I add the ones on the side. This is moving up, around. Get one here. And this one, you can have go like it's feeling what it's encased in. Trying to figure out how to get out. Alright, so see if this green works. So if we got some goo, but we could do it like this. We could have it so it's like dripping down. But when you get it dripping off stuff, you want it to feel like it's coming off and around. And then there's a point, like if there's something round, there's a point where it drips and it sort of like goes just underneath, but the drop where the gravity is, that the friction of that goo and the gravity is finally can't fight enough. So you can get that to there. Move this around on this side. Then we can build out the goo. Now we could do thin water like this, or we could make it real globby, and like it's got a lot of like movement on it, like in big chunks. We could do big drops. It'd probably be coming out of the egg more. It's cracked out, not bubbly, it's lumpy. Thanks, mate. So I use that technique, like if I'm doing drool in the mouth, if I'm doing all sorts of like, trying to think of other times I use it. If like I've done like spilt milk or something like that, I'll use a similar technique, but I'll make sure it's like, if it's spilt milk, and it's in like moment of like, you know, when you're pouring milk and it's coming down out here because this is really full. And then you've got your gravity dragging this milk down here as well. A lot of times I'll just do this part, but if I'm trying to be real serious, I'll do the gravity part down there. And then we could go into this. We'll see if we can get this splash working. Then it's always fun to do a bit of an extra Blush here, just behind it. We can add texture in here to get it down. Then we're adding some movement away from that. With milk acid, I probably can't do that. I guess if I had a skull here, I could have it melting. A cup of coffee. So one of the things I do is when I'm just randomly drawing, I will draw a when I draw a cup of coffee. When I'm like having a like creative block or something, I'll draw a cup of coffee. I don't even drink coffee, but I like the thought of there's this thing that brings people so much happiness. But right before the coffee is made, there's a lot of people that are real grumpy. See how I'm giving that just a little bend there? And then I'll come in here, give it a little bend. And then depending on where I want the handle, it's almost like it would be positioned on the drawing of like where the drawing is. So let's say if it was here, I kind of want it to know it's a cup of coffee, but I don't want it to be the main piece of it. Sort of pushed to the back. Greetings from Earth. I can't even see what you are there, mate. Packed toast. I'll just, if you guys give me something to draw, I'll draw that. If I get into drawing everybody, then I'm going to be here forever. But if we had the cup of coffee that had some coffee in it, and maybe the mood's changed.
First rule of swimming. Don't leave your wetsuit on the floor.
And then another thing to do is remember, just give a little flat area. I can draw some toast, that's for sure. Let's go back to this one. Okay. What can the toast be doing? So let's go like this. Maybe the toast is running away. Just trying to make this a little shelf. What happens when I run out of space? I have other sketchbooks. I've got a fresh one I just bought, but I've still got a few pages on this, and then I just start a new one. Or if it's for drawing that I'm doing, and if it was this monster and I liked the idea, then I might just leave it. And it's this idea that I like these screaming planets with moons. Friday, I really like this skull one here with the flames and the like worm snake coming out of it. This little creature here was fun. All right. So, what happens? What would the what I like to find is like a little bit of the story. So imagine if this was the butter knife. Oh, it's got the peanut butter. And this is chasing it down. So it wants to butter or peanut butter the toast. Mind you, can't stand peanut butter. Worst thing invented. Hashtag Vegemite all day. I was going to have him running into the toaster. So he's running away from this. And this can be faceless. And then we have to figure out how he's going to get into the toaster, or what the toaster's going to look like. Bad edit guy, what is your character on there?
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you? Okay. Time to hop out. Okay, Adrian, stand on. Can you swap out now, please? Once you get everything off. Hello, Wombat.
So I'm not even talking. This is be an evil toaster. Like running into my hands.
on that.
All right. And I think to show it, what we'd do is we make it a bit of a dark story. Who's already got one? It's all burnt. Well, there we go, everyone. What else we got? I think I might be done, guys. Has anyone got anything? Put a banana peel on the floor? Yeah, I guess. I kind of like this one. I don't want to mess with it. If we're going to do a banana peel, I'd do it like this. All right. Then an oldie but a goodie. We'll put the banana. And the banana would be naked. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. All right. And here we go. Thank you very much, crew. Hope you guys have a killer day, and I hope to be back on soon. Cheers.